Because of AI this and AI that, and people scamming all the freaking time with AI, unfortunately, a lot of like legitimate artists get caught in the crossfire with people suspecting, oh, your art is really shiny and anime looking, so therefore you must have used AI. And guys, that's not the case, please, no. So here we have an artist named Alicia Nye. I've been following this artist for like years now, actually, because their art style is really pretty.
Is my art AI? No, it's not. But I've been getting a lot of accusations lately, which are, to be honest, just a little bit funny to me. But it does make me very curious about one thing. So please, if you think this is AI, answer this question because I want to know so bad. How do you think I'm doing this? I have a few guesses, okay? So number one is I fake everything. The hand is fake, the Apple Pencil is fake, my voice maybe is fake. The whole video is just generated. My second guess is you think I'm generating like 1,000 steps and I am just showing them on the screen step by step, I guess, and pretend to draw, which both of those are just not possible, but maybe you think they are. Because just liking to draw and learning how to draw is so impossible in your understanding. So do let me know, please.
Bridgerton. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. What's your favorite season of Bridgerton? Selfishly, I love a good Cinderella story, so mine probably is season 4 actually. But then Kate and Anthony season is like right up there. It's like if season 4 was my favorite, Kate and Anthony is like right here. It literally was my favorite until season 4. Sorry, Penelope and Colin. Again, listen, I love Penelope, absolutely drop dead gorgeous, but their love story wasn't doing it for me. Anyways, big ol' side tangent. I feel like this is the harm that AI causes. It causes a number of problems, right? One, artists losing jobs because people are using AI instead of using artists. Two, AI stealing from artists. But the third and unseen cost of AI is legitimate artists getting their work falsely accused of being AI when it's not. And I feel like in Alicia's case, the unfortunate case is that there is an alleged prolific art scammer that unfortunately has a similar art style. And it sucks because, like, as somebody who back in the day did a lot of semi-realistic art, semi-realism and the anime art style are two that have been prolifically stolen over and over and over and over and over again by AI. So if unfortunately you happen to have one of those art styles today, it's going to cause a situation where a lot of people just by default based off of your art style are going to assume you used AI when you most definitely didn't. And it was just the case that because your art style was the one that was most commonly stolen, it just looks like that. So in terms of the method or like how are they using AI, what people are suspecting is that it's the backwards eraser method. So I've already made a video of this person and I've already talked about this, but essentially they pretend to paint, but they're not actually painting. And the way it works is they have an AI image, and this is all alleged, but the theory is that there's an AI image that was generated, paste at the very, very bottom layer of the canvas. And then on top of the canvas, they block in some like basic whatever blocks, right? Like a block for the head, a block for the hair. And they take an eraser and they erase the layer, the top layer down below so that what is revealed is the allegedly generated image beneath it. And basically, this person was kind of caught for doing it because, again, it's all alleged, but people like zoomed into the brush strokes and you notice that when they make one brush stroke, like 4 colors would appear, but that's not how brushes work. So yeah, it kind of was like this. And again, at least with this person specifically, they can draw. They were really prominent in the semi-realism art community like a decade ago, which was like when I was doing art back then. A lot of the semi-realistic art. They can draw. They have hands. They can draw well. Maybe just due to like pressure or whatever. They just felt like they needed to make more art faster. But yeah, this person, Alicia, most definitely is not doing that. This is a video that they have from 2022 where you can see their drawing process is literally the same, and that was before like AI was popularized. And if we want to go back even further, this is another art video they had from 2019. I've gone all the way back. This is before generative AI was even like a thing mainstream or popularized at all. It was only like extremely, extremely niche scenarios. You can clearly see them hand draw the entire art piece. And of course, their style has developed and changed a little bit from then till now, but they clearly draw the same way. Their art videos clearly also look the same. Their videos are still the same. They still look the same. It just unfortunately they got caught in the crossfire because there is somebody else in the community with a similar art style that has done some slightly suspicious speed paint videos. This was another one that I found that literally happened recently too. It's an animator who made a little meme like this, being like, "Oh, animators remembering they have a non-animation friendly art style." Right? Because like if you were to animate, you likely would simplify your art style a lot. Boom, this is their redraw. And a lot of people immediately thought they used AI, and there was like a bunch of like exposés as well, videos, and I'm not gonna show like a specific one, but there was a bunch of people being like, "This is why I think this person used AI." Da 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 da. Da."
The situation where people think I used AI, and I want to clear that up. Recently, I posted a video showing off 3 different art styles I can work with. One was my usual animation style, one was a more detailed rendered piece, and the last was a high-quality sprite for a visual novel I'm working on. For a bit, people accused both of being AI, but after I screen recorded me drawing a different piece in the same style, people started saying that the drawing of my persona was clearly done by me, but then they doubled down on the game sprite being AI. Now, before we go any further, I would like to just show some zoomed-in shots of the sprite, showing
It's not always the case, but one way you could also tell, like, oh, is this like handmade or is this digital? Can you tell what brush the artist was using? Can you like roughly figure out what brush was being used here? Yeah, this is a medium soft brush. There's a slight fuzziness to the edge, but there's like a bunch of soft airbrushes that were being used here. And then, you can see that this is like a single weight, like line art being used. Like you could tell what brush was being used here. You can see the brush strokes.
showing the very obvious brushstrokes. As far as I'm aware, AI doesn't do this. I've seen all the comments claiming the following things as proof. The shading is simpler, the flower is different, the sweater has no lines, and so on. So let me clear this up. This character is not my persona. This is Elijah Horan. He's heavily based on my Sona, but he's not the same character. Design choices like the nightshade in his hair and other changes were intentional, making any argument about the characters not being similar enough fall flat. Now, of course, I've had the most already apologize for this after I've explained it to them. The characters are extremely similar, and it's easy to assume they're one and the same, even if they're not. Another thing that confused people is how the sprite looks so different from the other art. Elijah's sprites are done on a much larger canvas, which limits how I use layers and how I approach rendering. It's meant to look cleaner and higher quality, because it's for a visual novel. This is the character you're going to be looking at the entire time. So obviously, I put a lot of effort into making sure he looks right. I've also seen people saying I should be able to draw in 1 or 2 styles, which just isn't true. You as an artist might not be able to do multiple styles, but an experienced artist can adapt their style to fit the project. In this case, it's a horror visual novel, so I used more muted colors and a different approach than I normally would to separate it from my other art as its own unique identity. A lot of people are running with this idea of, he drew his character on recording and it looks nothing like the sprite. And yeah, of course it doesn't. I wasn't drawing Elijah, and I wasn't drawing in the said visual novel style in that recording either. I drew my persona to prove I drew said character in my last post. An interesting part is that some people even made videos trying to call this out, but the moment I show actual proof of what the character is and how it's made, they delete their videos, or some even their accounts. That should kind of speak for itself. Now I get why people are confused. Elijah and my persona look really similar, outside of the style difference. But jumping from that to, he can't possibly draw in another style? Just doesn't make sense. If you're a beginner, or you've mostly stuck to one art style, I get why it might feel surprising to see someone who usually posts simple, cel-shaded animations also make more detailed work, but that gives you no right to say these things based off flimsy proof at best. You've got to understand, my account is built around relatable animations, not showcasing everything I can do as an artist. Anyway, if you care this much about AI, then focus that energy on the people actually using it to scam others, sell fake commissions, and harm the art community, not the person posting screen recordings and time lapses to show their work. I honestly do expect people to double down anyway. People hate being proven wrong. So they're going to be grasping at straws, trying to make everything fit their argument, instead of looking at the facts. I can't make everyone happy, but I've said my piece on this and shown proof as much as I can. That's enough.
I mean, the speed paint looks legit to me. The art looks legit, right? And again, this is what I'm saying. Where like, if unfortunately AI has co-opted the art style that you like or the art style that you like to use, that is the unfortunate side effect of AI, that a lot of legitimate artists get falsely flagged for, generating their work when this is just your art style, bro. And the top comment says, as a mutual of fades, he does not use AI. He has friends who draw with him regularly on Magma. We see his art in real time, and you can watch him draw in real time. There's a big difference between an animation-friendly style and an artist's actual style. You have to simplify for animation, because if not, it would take you weeks to animate something rendered. If you're an artist, you would know this, which is why I assume most people accusing him of AI are not artists. And another person says it's AI, and then it's just basic soft shading. Oh my god, I'm exhausted. And another person says, honestly, I thought the same because it was kind of a surprise bomb when I saw the different style. Because it did kind of look like a style AI would use, but come on guys. It was pretty clear from the start that it was Fade's art. Zoom in on important details like hands, eyes, clothing lines, and shading strokes. Honestly, I'm just disappointed that your other fans accused you of this. Nobody deserves that. I can't wait to see the results for the visual novel. The art is beautiful and the character looks interesting. You keep going, Fade, and keep being awesome. And I think that's the big one at the end of the day, right? Like the art style, look in AI. It's the chicken or the egg, okay? Which one came first? Yeah, the real artist came first, okay? The AI came second, and then yoinked everybody's artwork, took everybody's stuff, and then poof, is now generating works. But there is, at the end of the day, OG artists that had their work taken. At least the ones that was released for Midjourney, you know, there was like a documentation a while ago, 16,000 artists are on there. Obviously, it doesn't mean the 16,000 artists used AI. But now, everybody who looks at their artwork might be like, oh, well, did you use AI? No, they didn't. Their work was stolen. Just go into the world with a little bit of empathy and don't go blindly finger gunning, you know, like, yeah, you used AI, you used AI. Because a lot of times, maybe that artist was around for a lot longer than AI was. So with that, if you like this video, I appreciate it if you like and subscribe. Don't forget to check me out on Etsy. I have digital art there for streamers and creators. I also have a coffee with free resources like a free sponsorship guide. And I am working on some merch. Meow meow. So yeah, I stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Mondays and Saturdays at 6 p.m. or Thursdays at 7:30. I hope to catch y'all there or in another video.